on the mic and the hype and the buzz got me thinking about my life when I'm through with this, so gonna be next year. Been working hard, so I hardly take a rest there. I see you focus on your swag and your fresh gear. Me, I'm trying to be a damn legend. I had a dream that one day I'd be sitting on a round table with Kanye, talking about business and buying beats from Andre. They said the best things come to those who are humble. I've been a humble dude that you wouldn't believe. I chose hip-hop and I swore to never leave. At this point, I done left behind all the beef was resulting in violence. Only proves that you weak. What up? And mama told me that, son, you gotta be strong and you don't got to worry. So you can criticize me all you want, but you don't know my story. But he be like he took a 40. I say I get to one in 40. So now I'm praying to God that he gon' come and see me through. A lot of these niggas on my case, they be pulling me back, but I won't let them get to me. Ambition is priceless, so I gotta make this buck, cause this money don't come for free. God is gonna open doors. Oh, God is gonna open doors. God is gonna open doors. God is gonna open. So what's up with all the yapping and the stabbing in the back? I ain't a sin, but I didn't film, and all that's happening is fact. Where were you when I was snapping on the sack? When I was in the streets, I remember you was laughing on my tracks. You say that my accent was not legit. Bet you didn't think I come and top this list. I thank God for this blessing. This my confession. I worked for this spot. I'm the proof, I'm the lesson. Yani nani ani taki vipoa. Wali dani sipati kani ati ali chitoa. Ni imani ni nayo dani yani naji yopoa. Ju ifani ni ju yamani yani raimi ni poa. So nigga busy, nigga tafuta ganji like a rover. Probably a basta bandi. I'm always on the grind, need to hustle yani. Na nawacha legacy kama Mahatma Gandhi. And mama told me that, son, you gotta be strong and you don't got to worry. So you can criticize me all you want, but you don't know my story. But he be like he took a 40. I say I get to one in 40. So now I'm praying to God that he gon' come and see me through. A lot of these niggas on my case, they be pulling me back, but I won't let them get to me. Ambition is priceless, so I gotta make this buck, cause this money don't come for free.
God is gonna open doors.
Oh, God is gonna open doors.
Come on.
God is gonna open doors.
Come on.
God is gonna open doors.
Yeah, Sun Rising and good afternoon. It's exactly 22 minutes past the top of the hour. Calligraph Jones with God is gonna open doors. Literally a refix, as they call it, of the always I can't pronounce it, but it's literally an original version remix coming from Wizkid. I hope you guys are doing amazing today. I hope your week so far is great. It is Thursday, and I hope you are starting your day on a higher note. And of course, being on a Thursday, for those who know what the shows are all about, welcome back to classes. Today we're going to be taking another serious lesson, and this time it comes also again. Last time I think I shared the same video from the same guy. I think it was actually the same guy. I'm not really sure, but the interview was being done on him by someone totally different with a different platform. But this time he gets to actually give us something quite actually amazing, showing us what is happening at the backyard. Again, the first time actually I started this conversation, I used to say you can use this knowledge and information if you have a backyard in your house. Lucky you if you do have a land as well. Or rather, if you're looking for a way of investing, if you have some money and you're looking for some things to invest in, farming is one of the things. I've talked about so many other businesses, but of course, lately we've been focusing so much on farming, and I'd say that is what we're going to be focusing on today. We're going to be looking at how this young man actually has been able to use his backyard not only for farming but produce his own gas. And as you can see from the topic, we're trying to understand why these things are not being taught to us, what information is actually being hidden from us, and why they want to keep us in this system where things are so expensive while actually you can get them at a very cheap, accessible way with just the things you have, because biogas actually is just a mixture of manure, and literally you're going to be able to get whatever you want if you have the right information. So of course, welcome as we learn together on today's session as well. But I'm going to start with another interesting Kenyan farmer who was actually an alcoholic, and once he stopped alcoholism, he said that he earns 224,000 Kenyan shillings every month. This is out of what he does. He's not only just a farmer, but also literally a seedlings producer. So we're going to be looking at how he's been able to manage all this. But starting with today's conversation, we're going to be looking at Chad, how we can see the president has announced about visa free entry. And I think so far we're talking about so many countries that are allowing this. And this is actually positive news, which I do love personally. And I keep on saying every time this happens, I do hope. We saw yesterday Namibia being very strict about, having a matching energy, which I say is actually very important and something that should have been applied a long time ago when it comes to the African continent. But yes, the Namibian president yesterday was matching energy, and she said, "You're not going to be coming to our country if your country does not allow their people to come in and enjoy life, literally. If they have to pay for visa, so do you have to pay for visa when they're coming into the country." So we're going to be looking at that. But before we get into that, speaking about of course positive things, we have amazing positive organic supplements here, literally very beneficial for your health. In case you've been looking for some supplements, and there's different supplements that can help you with your health, we got you covered. We have some beetroot, we have some multivitamin, we have some proteins as well, and skincare products. But on these conversations, for you to be able to understand, you need some critical thinking. And Brain and Focus does the magic every single time. Grab yourself
Unlock your
one,
full
and for your
potential with
friends and
Brain and
family.
Focus, a powerful supplement designed to boost mental clarity, enhance memory, and sharpen concentration. Made from a blend of scientifically proven ingredients like ginkgo biloba, omega-3, and essential vitamins, Brain and Focus is crafted to fuel your mind. Our process ensures maximum potency and effectiveness, delivering the perfect balance of brain-boosting nutrients. Take just one capsule daily, as prescribed by your healthcare provider, and feel the difference. Whether it's powering through your workday or staying sharp in life's challenges, Brain and Focus keeps you at the top of your game. Stay sharp, stay focused, and stay ahead with Brain and Focus. Brain and Focus, fuel your mind, achieve more. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
And of course, as we get started with, of course, some amazing conversations, most of the times always reporting some negative things coming from Africa. And I do love days when we get to report something positive coming from the continent, because we do deserve it. And there's so much beauty in Africa rather than the negativity that has always been focused on, which of course is what we wake up to, of course, every day when you are living in a working an unworking or not working institution, or a system that is not designed to work. All you're going to wake up to every day is, of course, problems that are affecting you. And if you don't talk about it, who will? Because for so long we've been told to not focus on politics. It's none of our business. Politicians should handle their political matters. And gladly to understand that politics runs our lives. The decisions these people make, they affect us in every angle and at a very large scale of our lives and even generations. So I do love personally sometimes when I get to talk about positive information on news and updates coming from Africa. Tomorrow we're going to be focusing on Burkina Faso. Just to give you updates already, I have conversation for tomorrow. We're going to be talking about Burkina Faso as well. As you can see, there's some buses, free buses that for transportation that are supposed to be used within the country that Ibrahim Traore has provided, and there's so many. And talk about the beauty, talk about the beauty. They look so good. They look like trains. They look so good. They're so clean. Personally, I do love praising our culture, especially in Kenya. We have a one culture that is nowhere in majority of the countries, and that is the matatu culture. Our matatu culture is really, really beautiful. But also understand, when you're talking about matatu culture, there's a certain type of matatu we're talking about, and others that are just others. And me, I like those others because, number one, they're less noisy, but bet sure, especially if it's not well maintained, you're going to be walking away or taking a lot of bed bugs to your house, and nobody wants that. So shout out to Ibrahim Traore. We're going to be picking up there tomorrow with the conversation. But starting with today's conversation, we have, of course, the Chad president, who has announced that Chad will eliminate visa requirements for all African nations starting 1st January, sorry, of 2027. I mean, isn't this amazing? We've seen recently countries like Togo, Rwanda, we have Togo, Rwanda. Let me see how many African countries so far. I keep on forgetting personally. Kenya, of course, I never count it as one of it. I never count Kenya as one of the visa-free countries at all. Let's see. How many African countries are visa-free now? Yeah. So according to Google, it's more than four. It is more than four. So we have Benin, we have the Gambia, we have Rwanda, we have Seychelles, and of course they're saying currently offer completely visa. Oh, they currently offer free visa-free entry to all African citizens. Several other countries like Kenya and Ghana allow visa-free entry for citizens specific of specific regional blocks, or have shifted to electronic travel authorization system. So I think Kenya is working the same way we saw yesterday Namibia working, but yeah, and I don't think it's actually visa free for all African countries. Like you can see, it's actually for specific regional blocks, and at least 49 of 54 African countries offer free visa entry privileges to citizens of at least one other African country. Intra-African visas free travel scenarios have reached their highest recorded level, according to roughly 28.2% of the travel within the continent. The last time I reported, I think the numbers were really this, because you can see Google is actually lying. So we have Benin. I'm going to add mine. We have Benin, we have Gambia, we have Rwanda, we have Seychelles, we have Togo. Togo recently did that. Namibia as well. First, Namibia is just that they're matching the energy, because if I'm allowing y'all to come to my country, yet your country is not allowing my people to come to your country visa free, why should I make that so easy for you? It's crazy, but that's how it's supposed to be. So we have currently Benin, the Gambia, Rwanda. Rwanda was the first one because it has been having this for the longest time. Seychelles, we have Kenya, we have Ghana, we have Togo, and now we have Chad. So currently we're talking about 8 African countries. I do hope the rest of the 54 do the same. I understand countries like the Alliance Sahel State who are actually in the position to make this move very quickly cannot be able to do that because, excuse me, if you say everyone should come to your country visa free, we know we're going to be having so many issues in terms of insecurity or destabilization of that country. So I do believe for them not pushing this action immediately, it's because they are trying to actually ensure, number one, they are tackling the issue of insecurity, and it is very much well handled. But yeah, shout out to Chad and the president for doing this. We need more of this. Someone says South Africa should be an exception. People are so mad about South Africans, I'm telling you. Another person also says South Africa don't travel, so there is no need. Wow. And that is a South African, I bet, who is talking on the comments. South Africans are really stupid. Oh my God. Another person says South Africa is not in Africa. Wow. Funny thing, I've not even read the comment section on this particular article. I just saw it and queued it because I was like, this is really interesting that we're having more African countries, now canceling visas and allowing people to travel freely in their country. And I hope the passports happen to be the next thing, because if I'm African, why do I need an identification of passport and visas for you to understand I'm coming from Kenya? All I need is an ID which is written where I'm coming from, and I'm coming to your country. That's it. But I didn't see, actually, the comment section now became a South African thing. It's crazy. South Africa is not in Africa. This is why you guys are getting killed and ran over by white people in your country, because this is crazy. Another person says African Americans too. Thanks. Another person says this is great news. We need more of this. Exactly. And then the last 2-3 comments I'm gonna read. Someone says, I intend to visit all African countries that I may yet visit within the next few years, and I hope by then it's a visa free. Actually, let me read the article fully, because maybe there's something mentioned about South Africa. So They're saying that the decision makes Chad the latest African nation to adopt visa-free policy for fellow Africans, following similar announcements like the Republic of Congo. You see, that is another one earlier pledged. So we have the Republic of Congo. There's so many right now. The Republic of Congo, Chad, Rwanda, Benin. That is a number adding up. And I do believe if we take this matter seriously, in a course of maybe 5 years, the next 5 years, if all African countries follow suit, or even two, why should it take all that long time? Even two or even one. If all African countries keep on doing this is how we're breaking the white man system. And this is beautiful. I do love this personally. This is indirectly us, and the puppets might not understand because Chad is not like it's being led by a Pan-Africanist or a leader like Ibrahim Traore. Understand they did try to join the Alliance Sahel state, but is their move really authentic for them to join the Alliance Sahel state? No, because understand these borders, Chad and Benin were being used by, of course, the terrorists, fund the terrorists, to attack the Alliance Sahel state when these people took over power. So it is really, really crazy. But you gotta be crazy. Some people are really crazy. Some people are really, really crazy. Actually, some people are really crazy. Let me show you. Some people are really crazy. But yeah, some people are really crazy. Oh my God, that is so crazy. But yes, the key details is that this is going to be effective January 1st, 2027. The scope, where is the visa entry and stay for citizens for all African countries. The goal is to promote, of course, free movement trade, which is number one. What I'm saying, we're breaking the white man system without us understanding, and deeper regional cooperation across the continent in line with the African continental free trade area ambitions. President Joby's announcement is being hailed by many as a bold step towards African unity. This is about dignity, integration, and opening of our doors to our brothers and sisters. Sources close to the presidency noted this information. This development comes in as there's a growing momentum across Africa for earlier intra-continental travel, aiming to unlock economic opportunities and strengthen people-to-people ties. Exactly. Stay tuned for official implementation. So yeah, I don't understand why South Africans are mad, because I don't think he's mentioned anything to do with South Africans, but South Africans are already mad. You do have a problem. South Africans, you do have a problem, and you need to check on yourselves. You do really have a problem. You really do have a xenophobic problem. And it's crazy. Today when I was washing the dishes in the morning, before I started getting ready, I was thinking about it because I was listening to Amapiano. I don't know. I just can't drop Amapiano. I'm so sorry. I just can't. Even every evening, personally, after our shows, I'm always just chilling here listening to Amapiano. Always, you'll find me dancing, just listening to Amapiano. It's crazy. I just can't drop songs just because a group of people are so uneducated. Now I'm gonna, because thinking about it now, since we've been having Kenyan saying cancel Amapiano, cancel Amapiano, cancel Amapiano, you sound as xenophobic as South Africans when we're doing this. According to me, this is my critical thinking and being smart on how, if we want to trade, if we want to move forward and collaborate or unite as Africans, we can't do this if you want to do this tit for tat. There is a tit for tat moment, and there are things that this is just the white people who are taking advantage of us being more divided, And I'm going to actually, just talking about division, I'm going to cue another video very quickly. Of this that's what I'm talking, where Kitty was saying that this is something that is being pushed on our faces. This is actually them pushing the division of Africans globally. It's crazy because this is still very much active. We think this is over. Oh, they did. It's not historical. It is, yes, historical, but it's still very much active. That is something I think people tend to forget a lot when they're talking about some stuff. Oh, no, it's still very much active. This is happening. The division of Africans globally is happening. I mean, a good example, look at the Black Americans. We have the FBA people, and we have people who understand what really all this movement is about. come in Africa, tribalism is our biggest factor. And apart from tribalism, now we have these white man-made these borders that are made by white people that never existed, and some stupid rules and laws that have not helped us develop, grow in any sort of way, or build each other in any sort of way. We're so quick pointing fingers at each other. Oh, your country has not, your country has not, your country has not. It is super, super, super crazy. So personally, I was thinking about it when I was washing the dishes. I'm like, nah, I can drop on my piano. And I think these Kenyans saying we need to drop on my piano are acting. They're not xenophobic. Don't get me wrong. They're not xenophobic. But for me, or looking at it from the South African point of view, the South Africans themselves, because I still go back to the video of that lady who said they're not xenophobic, that their actions are justified because since white people do the same thing to black people, no matter where they are, why should they be called xenophobic, right? So if the South Africans see Africans doing the same thing, now they'll term it xenophobic. I don't know if it really makes sense. They'll now justify their action and call us xenophobic because, oh, you believe in unity, but you can't, you're saying, you know, it's really, really crazy. If someone is understanding me what I'm saying, you do get what I'm saying. But listen to this. Listen to this fat, and I don't really like, but it's always there. It's always crazy. It's always some people who have no sense that are quick to be put somewhere. It just looks crazy.
African.
Why are you not African?
This is just crazy. Listen.
I'm not African.
Why are you not African? Where's your husband from?
He's from America.
Oh, he's American. Like African American or Black American or white?
Black American.
So you both are Black Americans?
No, yeah.
What is your race?
I'm American.
You're American?
Yeah. I'm Black American, I guess.
Black American.
I'm not African.
Why are you not African?
Because my family is from Jamaica.
But you know Jamaica.
Wow. Wow. And trust me, so it's crazy. Now I've been seeing these videos, so many, to the point I'm like, man, Instagram, stop. Can you just stop? I've been seeing so many of these videos to the point I'm just getting so irritated right now by my algorithm. It's crazy. This mindset is super crazy.
Jamaicans have roots in Africa.
I don't know. I don't even really know much about where my family's from.
Have you been to Jamaica before?
Yeah, once. I'm not African.
So that's the first one. So let me cue another one. That is the first one. Then we have this one. We have this one too here.
We not from Africa, bro.
Oh my God, bro.
History is a lie, bro. Like,
Okay.
I'm not from Africa, bro.
You're not? Okay.
I'm not from Africa, bro. Like,
You was here already.
like, bro, like, yeah, I was here already. You can look at an African, and their features are different than mine.
Wow. Yeah. I bet. Which features? Which part of the features? Which one? How you talk? Because that's the only thing different. The accent. And it's American, you know? Nothing else. The skin color, you look like me. Your hair, I bet, of course, your hair is so like mine. Your DNA is same as mine. This is just crazy.
Right.
Their features are different than you. Like, you look like you Indian or something.
Wow. Shit.
Like,
Pardon my sarcastic laugh, but this is crazy.
for sure, you might be Indian. You might.
Oh, wow. They've been forcing now people to believe they are Indians. You know? No, it's not for you to decide you're Indian. Let we, the non-educated, stupid people who have a platform to talk and farms where we can just take videos, we're going to say anything, you know? So I'm going to force you to be an Indian. You don't have to tell me you're not an Indian. I see you're an Indian, Negro. Wow. It's crazy.
Be, I don't know, Eritrean.
Trust me, I'm surprised. The same way I'm acting surprised as if I've not seen this video, but it keeps blowing my mind that we're not understanding why people are trying to do to us. Globally, this is a division. Because now I bet this is, of course, starting another war. I bet on TikTok it's something going on. You're going to find now Africans also coming in. There's always this Kenyan lady who's always ready for these Black American conversations. Oh, how dare you, Black American? I don't like her for shit. I really don't. Someone needs to take the phone away from her and tell her to shut the F up. This is where you're going to find again non-educated Africans coming and running in also with, jumping into their own conclusions. Oh, yeah, you left us here. You never came back, so yeah, you're not African. Wow.
Eritrean.
Huh?
Eritrean.
Right.
Or something, bro. I don't know, but...
You don't know, exactly. Eritrea is in Africa. But you don't even know.
I'm starting to slowly unlearn the shit that talk to us, bro. You're not gonna just put something on me and just say that's where you from.
Chinese geneticists have already admitted the original ancestor of China was an African. The original ancestor of China was African. The East Indian geneticists have already admitted the original ancestor of East India was an African. Our brothers and sisters in the South Pacific have already admitted the original ancestor of the islands of the South Pacific was an African. Our Australian ancestors have already admitted the original inhabitant of Australia was an African. This has been proven scientifically. This has been proven genetically. This has been proven anthropologically. In Mexico, the original ancestor of Mexico was an African from the continent. So can somebody help me understand? Can somebody help me understand? How is it everybody on earth of color, every people of color on the planet of earth, and y'all know I hate to use people of color, but brown people say their first ancestor was an African, red people, their first ancestor was an African, yellow people, their first ancestor was an African, but you mean to tell me the ones who look the most like the African, which is the American African, you look just like my Nigerian brothers and sisters.
Period. Period. Man, it's self-hate. It is self-hate, number one. And of course, an agenda being pushed. It comes from self-hate, number one. You can convince me otherwise. Why do you hate so much to be connected with anything to do with Africa? Every time you hear at the term Africa, African, you're so mad. You don't want to be associated with it. Why? What? Self-hate, of course.
You look just like my Ghanaian brothers and sisters. You look just like my Congolese brothers and sisters.
And bet even better. Shit. Because it's getting to a point, these idiots who are talking about this, oh, I'm not African, I'm not. They're looking crazy. They're even looking crazy. You look like, for real, you really look like a, what is that? Am I what? Am I who? Am I a Baser? Exactly. You look like a Baser. Is this Baser Negro looking like people just talking about, what? Are you crazy?
But yet, you not from Africa. Lord have mercy.
It is crazy. It is crazy. So when I'm looking at all these videos that I've been having them or listening to them, bumping to them in plenty, and now remembering what Kenyans are saying, let's ban a piano. What has the music done to you? That even shows you don't even understand, or you've never been connected to this music from the word go. That is just me. You've never been connected to this music from the word go. So that's why you feel like, this ain't shit. Nah. Because personally, I've said a couple of times, every time I listen to a piano, man, it lifts my vibration up personally. I feel I could be bored. I could wake up sometimes, I'm just like, in my gully mood. And the moment I turn that TV on, and put them speakers on, it just rises my vibration. I'll be dancing. I'm gonna get into my house shows. I'm gonna just do. It's just even today I didn't get time to do my makeup. I'm like, damn, time is super gone. I gotta be in the studio. So unless you're not connected to the music itself, you think it's more about the people. Of course, it comes from the people, but also which percentage are we talking about? Which percentage of these people are we talking about? Let me share this one, and then I share one last video of a South African who's defending South Africa and claiming, of course, it's not the majority. We do understand that. And then we get into our major conversations.
For my African cousins, you motherfuckers do not look Black American.
How does Black American look like? Can somebody help me on the comments? How does describe Black American looking? what does a Black American look like? Is there a specific feature of how Black Americans look like? Or is it how they talk? Or is it how they carry themselves? What is it? Because for me today, if I am walking on the streets and there's a Black American, I won't tell they're Black American until they open their mouth. For real. I wouldn't know. I'm going to assume this is another, Kenyan just walking. Just a Kenyan or maybe a Nigerian, because we have so many people in this country and we don't bother. Until maybe they bother us, like the Nigerian I met sometime last year, but one, yeah. Unless you bump into some really stupid ass people who feel entitled also in a country where they don't really belong. Sorry to use that. And no, I'm not even supposed to be using that. That's the only way you get gassed up. You're like, dang, then go back to your country if you're not happy here. Go back to your country if you feel like women should give you coochie easily. You don't know how to respect women, I'm not gonna know. Walk by just walking on the road and I'm gonna start, that's a Black American looking like. That's a brother. That brother looks like a Black. How do you tell when the skin color is the same as mine? Shit.
This is Black American.
Wow. This is Black American. Yo, check out. this is how Black American looks. I'm telling you, this shit is so funny. It is so funny at this point. Because most of these videos I'm bumping into, these people are looking crazy. For real. This is what Black American looks like, yo. Can you tell me?
Y'all look African. I mean, like,
wow.
It's like y'all gonna have the cheekbones, y'all gonna have a certain head structure.
We got cheekbones, we got a certain hair structure.
Sure. Y'all are gonna have a certain energy about y'all.
Bad or good?
Black Americans, we look really pretty in a
wow. This is pretty.
way that's like we just really pretty in a different way. Like,
wow.
I mean, we got the little hot cheekbones too, but we be having froze, we be having full beards and shit.
Yeah. The kid ain't got no goddamn beards. I mean, he does, but he shaves them off. I know everyone has beards.
You know what I'm saying? Our teeth look different. We talk, we walk different. It's just, you can tell an African from, a Black American or Native American. Yes, we are gods and goddesses of this realm, melanated people, but come on, you see the blueprint over here?
Yeah.
For my African...
Yeah, we see the blueprint. For real. Yeah, we do see that. I'm telling you, brother, we do see that. But yeah, when you come to Africa, life will humble you. I do hope most of these people who talk that way, they never come to this continent and think we're dumb, because you'll get humbled. I mean, how many times do we see these videos, especially in Kenya? You'll be humbled here. I'm sorry, nobody's gonna suck your dick because you're from America. That narrative is long dead and gone. The only thing you should expect when you're coming here, of course, is for you to be accepted. Of course, receive love. The worst thing you can do is maybe go to a place and not be accepted, like South Africa, But if you're accepted, you're loved, you're respectful, and people are respectful to you, you'll never have an altercation with anyone. No, never. Especially here in Kenya. We've been talking about this actor from The Empire, Hakim. This guy, let me show you guys. This guy has been in Kenya for the longest time. Hakim, what is his name? Hakim who? Yeah, Kimlen, yeah. Yeah, this guy here. I do believe most of you do know this guy here. He was an Empire. He has been in Kenya, balling like crazy. And apparently as a kid also here in Kenya. Because people started questioning, hey, how comes? Is he okay? Has he settled in Kenya now? You know, is he part of us now? You know, people just being concerned because, all guests come and stay a lot. Some guests want to have a short time and just leave. But when we see you embracing our culture, everything, of course we want to know, are you now accepting to be part of, our country? Should we start processing your ID for you to be considered a Kenyan? It's not even coming from a point of attack. It's a point of concern and love, because maybe people want you to stay. People want to collaborate with you, cooperate with you, not the political way, but yeah. This is just super crazy. But let me share this South African thought, this guy, and then we get into our main conversations. But I do hope Africans understand we are being divided. And if we keep on accepting this weapon to work on us, we'll have a hard time uniting. So stop with the bullshit. Personally, I'm saying stop with the bullshit of, cancel Amapiano, cancel. I feel like there should be just more restrictions when South Africans come to our country. That's the only thing. But you giving this energy you want to give because of what they did, we should understand we're dealing with illiterate people. We are literate. They are illiterate. So how do you handle an illiterate person? Either you educate them, or if they can't be educated, laws would work. Simple. Just stricter rules when they visit our countries. That's it. But we can't ban the music. That's not going to work. It's not going to work. And not just music, but so many things. I hope also the African leaders, those who are having an issue, like Mozambique, we saw they'd closed the borders. I hope they get to open the borders and continue trading with each other. But let's listen to this brother here as we continue.
To every African outside of South Africa, I just want to say I am sorry. I am sorry for these xenophobic attacks that are being carried out on your people. But these people that are doing these xenophobic attacks are not representing South Africa.
Of course they're not.
Abatagati. Let's just call them that. Abatagati.
Abatagati.
Because what they are doing.
Yeah, so when they call us Korekwere, we should call them Abatagati. Abatagati. Yeah. We don't want to deal with Abatagatis. Come on.
It's a Western divide and conquer tactic. So I won't be surprised if they are funded by, European and Western powers to divide us. That's how the West always operates.
Exactly. So I wanted to share this video because it's concluding what I'm saying. This is an agenda of division, and it's working. It's working on we have Africa, fight for Africans, tribalism, xenophobia. In America, we have other people claiming they're not Africans, they're Indians, FBAs, whatever. Crazy.
To every African outside of, they use black people to divide black people.
Yes.
And then they come in.
They say it's one of your own.
Because now there's only one group of black people left. They are weakened, and then they will destabilize.
Exactly.
That group.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know why these South Africans can't see that we are setting ourselves up for apartheid.
Exactly, brother. Thank you.
We are setting ourselves up to be Palestine.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that as the youth, we can still bring it back. I know that as the youth, this bridge hasn't completely burned.
Well, Well, now when you talk about banning, now I thought about it so deep. I'm like, do you know how many lives have been destroyed? Do you understand how many lives have been set back? You know? So of course people are hurt. I believe this is something that with time, because Africans are not people of hate. Personally, I don't know how to carry hate within my heart. I don't know how to. Even if I tried, I don't know how to. I always find myself forgiving, accepting. I don't know how to hold because it's too much also on me. I don't want that energy and weight on me. I don't want that. Being there, not really in when you talk about it, but I've been in a position of carrying so much, how do I say, anger, sadness. Like I to understand, hey, it's nothing to do with me, you know? So it's not, Africans are not like that. We are not like that at all. So it's something that's gonna wear off maybe within time. People are gonna forget, of course, rebuild their lives, move on, accept, moving back to Nigeria or Ghana. The Nigerians don't wanna go back, but yes, those ones who have gone back to their country and have accepted the fate of what is happening right now. Yes, with time it's gonna wear off, trust me. But will they ever feel safe to work, collaborate, come back to South Africa? No, they won't. They will not. So I don't understand maybe some people talking about, oh, ban this, let's do this, let's abolish this, let's suspend this. Maybe because some of your family members, your boyfriend, your sister, your auntie, your uncle has been affected. So yeah, you feel some type of way. But understand what is really, really happening. Understand what is really going on here.
So that's why I want my brothers and sisters to recognize that these people do not represent South Africans. They don't. They use.
Exactly. So that is literally what is happening with the South Africa, and just trying to relate with now what I'm saying. We do need to accept this visa free or adapt to this visa free new laws or actions I can see other African countries doing. Shout out to the African countries who have done this, and I can't wait literally for the whole continent to move with the same action. We're talking about Benin right now, the Republic of Congo, Togo, we have Chad, we have Kenya, which of course, like I say, I can really say so much about Kenya because you can see you have to pay electronically because it's favoring certain countries, not the whole of the continent. And then we have Rwanda, of course, those are 5. We have they mentioned which one again? Let me see. We have Rwanda. Yeah, we have the Gambia. We have Seychelles. So we're talking about so far 9. And Ghana, 10. 10 African countries that have so far abolished visa requirement. It is a great move. So we have 44 more to go. Yeah, 44 more to go. So far 10 done. And I hope the next thing after the visa, now we get rid of the passport as well. But yeah, shout out to this South African brother also for talking about this. Now, getting into our conversations, of course, our Thursday conversation, Farm with Joby. I think I should call it that way. Today we're going to be discussing about how we had a former alcoholic, an addict of alcohol. Serious alcoholic, how he literally stopped drinking and went back to focus on farming, and how much he's been earning, and not only just earning but also how he produces. He's a big producer of seedlings. He's talking about how much he earns within a month or every month from chili farming. And remember, now talking about chili, I love the fact that this popped literally when I was looking, because I remember talking about chili farming, I think last week or the week before. And I mentioned chili farming is something that actually is a big business. It's not, it might be really underestimated, but it really has a lot of money. Because personally, I don't have chilies today. Like I think I left just one chili in the house because I was boiling some food I wanted to carry. And looking, I'm like, man, I don't have chilies. So I have to get, of course, a bunch of chilies today, or maybe during the weekend when I go to the market, because in the market when you buy something, they give you in bulk. Like it's like they're giving you away, you know? It's in bulk. When you go buy chilies for, like, let's say, how do I say? $2 is a lot, she. Let me say 50 Kenyan shillings. Man, you're gonna stay with that for like a long time, 2 months specifically. Because also understand chili dries, and when it dries, you can actually grind them or blend them and turn them into chili flakes. That's the beauty of chili. It doesn't really rot, because it depends also with the preservation. How are you preserving, and why are you storing these chilies? Because they don't like wet places. If you put chilies, of course, in wet places, personally, according to the little knowledge I have, I don't have so much knowledge about chili farming, but I do believe when you put chili in a wet areas or conditions, it's going to rot. But when you put them in dry, cool places, all they do is within time, as you use the fresh ones, there are ones that will start drying up. And then what I do personally is I smash them together, or I mash them together, or I blend them, and then I'm gonna turn them into chili flakes, which allows you to still keep on using. So yeah, so let's share this. We look at how this man has been able to literally reform his life from being a former serious alcoholic to being a very serious, well-earning farmer. Karibuni again. Shout out to Keith, I see in the building. Hope you're doing amazing. Says a lot of Kenyans, not just Ghana and Nigeria. I do agree. And says now you're changing your mind because you want to listen to that goofy music. No, it's not even about the music. I just feel like if we keep on with this behavior, we're not different from South Africa, according to me. You know, because yes, looking at it, sometimes I remember when I was talking about this, of course, this was a fresh wound. And like I'm saying, just I believe also the rest of the Africans, the Kenyans, the Nigerians, everyone who has been affected by this xenophobic behavior from South Africa, it's going to take time for this wound to heal. But one thing I know about us as Africans, and I'm talking from my perspective, we don't know how to hate. I don't know how to hate personally. I don't know how to carry that anger. Oh, I hate. No, shit. I must say I dislike you and I don't want anything to do with you. That's okay. But hate, that's too much. Because dislike is why I can even bump to you on the road and still say hi to you. You know, a good example. I still say hi to maybe someone like HR, when we meet on the road, despite him fucking up. I'm gonna still be nice. I bump into Sheila a couple of times. I'm like, hi, how you doing? You good? Despite being called a main character syndrome, I don't know how to hate. And I'm just going to use this as an example, and so much more. So within time, I do believe this wound is gonna heal. It's going to heal. It's gonna wear off. It's going to wear off. It's gonna get to a point where they might not be okay, of course, coming to South Africa, because this has been a life-threatening, of course, moment. Understand? So many people, of course, felt fear. They felt fear. Africans were scared of death. It's crazy. They felt fear, so they ran for their lives. So I don't want to risk my life by giving a chance because I'm healed, the wound is gone, and so let me go back to South Africa and try again. No, that's the only difference of what this is going to have an effect of. Of course, maybe South Africans going to other African countries, for them to be trusted, it's going to take time. Maybe from also other Africans. I don't know if it really makes sense. But yeah, we don't have hate. So if we push this, ban this, ban that, ban this, ban that, how many lives are we also stopping? Because understand, the same way we have so many lives that have been so distracted by this, if we keep on saying South Africa this, South Africa that, we should ban, they're going to be affected. And this is going to be the white people taking an advantage of that situation. They're going to become weak, their stomachs touching their backbone. We can see tomatoes, whatever, the vegetables rotting, because the people who used to support their economy are gone in a large number, or contribute a lot in their economy. Let me just say that, not really support, but contribute a lot in their economy. They are gone. A lot of employment or jobs have been lost, still within South Africans themselves. So many people have lost their jobs because the foreigners, like they call them, the Kwerekweres, are no longer there to give them jobs. yet they can't create one. So yes, there is pros and cons to this situation, but I do believe we need to less focus on the cons and focus on the pros, on the prawns, you know, not the prawns, the shrimps, but the pros. Yeah, we need to focus on the positive side of where we need to see ourselves. Because me, I'm not with that ban this, ban that, ban this. I've sat down, my wound has healed. Even when I'm talking, I'm looking at these South Africans now, it's not affecting me that much. I'm still, of course, it's like, man, this is still going on, you know, but it's not like this first time when this whole situation started. I was really angry. Yeah. So I just wish our continent the best. I'm not even going to say South Africa, but our continent the best. But let's look at this today. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. I met Sheila, I think actually it was last month. Yeah, it was last month. Yeah, last month, because last month was a child's birthday. Because a child's birthday, it was a child's birthday, then Kamlesh birthday. So yeah, during his birthday, I remember I wanted something from someone, and yeah, and then I met Sheila. And I was like, "Hi, you okay?" No, so yeah, nothing. I don't have no hate in me at all. You know, yeah, they have blocked me everywhere, but I don't even know how people have the energy of blocking other people. I'll unfollow you but not block you, because I still want you to come stalk me. Shit, why should I block you? I'll unfollow you, but I won't block you. I want you to come stalk my page, see how good I'm doing or where I am. Shit, you know, it's crazy. Yeah, I want you to see me from struggle to success. Exactly.
This is fertilizer. I collect chicken poo. I mix with some ashes, wood ash. I put it in a sack and I tie it. Then I drop it inside this jerrycan and I add water. So every time, at least 2 days, I come and pull it up. It's full here. Then I shake
this bag is full of
chicken poop? Yeah, it's full of chicken poop and droppings and ash. This one is real fresh. You see the color now? You see the dudus?
Yes.
Yeah.
So for how long will it stay here before you...
It's supposed to be 21 days. Yeah, you can even see it going.
So another thing, of course, which I think we let's talk about when it comes to farming, and of course it's something knowledge that is known, and I think if time is going to allow me, I'm going to share the next video. We talk about chicken dung, cow dung, goat dung, sheep dung, literally how this can be used as fertilizer. The next video shows how, of course, this also can be used as a biogas. And the question is, why is this information not, of course, taught to us in school? Because this is a cheap way of surviving, not even this is a cheap way of living. This is not surviving. This is why you've escaped the system completely. You know, you're not depending on this setup system for fertilizer. Bet sure you have the best production of food, whichever food you're farming, because it's all coming from organic. It's organic. The soil is organic. So is the whatever you're feeding, because it goes back to the same video we shared last week of the lady, how she, because I love the way she was explaining it. How you feed your plants or whatever you're farming, and if you feed it well and organically, you'll receive nothing but organic fruits of what you're farming, or organic results. Let me call it that way. You'll receive nothing but just organic results. So I feel like there's so much underration of the chicken, cow dung, poop dung, all this, how it can be used in so many different ways. But let's focus on this one first.
This is already diluted foliar with water.
Okay.
Yeah. It's supposed every plant should be here, another plant here, another plant here. There's no wastage. The water drips just along the line. It's only this place that will be wet.
Today, Eco Frontline Africa is in Moiben Ward, Uasin Gishu County, to meet Evans Kuto, a farmer who has transformed his life through regenerative agriculture.
One pallet goes for 400 shillings of cabbages because one cabbage seed is 2 shillings and 50 cents. From 2 shillings and 50 cents multiplied by 160 seedlings, it's 400 shillings. The 400 shillings is per crate times the 120 crates. I get 48,000 shillings per month. We do all kinds of vegetables, especially cabbages. We do cabbages non-stop, Glory F1 and Kilele F1. But supposing a farmer needs a special order of chili, tomatoes, spinach, you just place an order. We do the seedling propagation for you.
Using low-cost irrigation and biofertilizers, Evans earns over 224,000 shillings every 3 months from chili farming and vegetable seedlings production.
224,000. Let me do the calculations for you guys. That is every 3 months. Let's see, 224,000. Let's see, that is 1,733. So let's say just $1,734. Yeah, $1,734 every 3 months. Every 3 months.
I'm Ivan Skuto. Welcome to Lelgut Farms. Here at Lelgut Farms, we do various activities. We do seed propagation, we do chili farming. We've been from onion farming the previous season. And the larger Lelgut farm, we also do cash crops, maize, we do sorghum, large-scale production, we do sugarcane, we do canola, and we do wheat. This side of the farm, we are purely horticulture, where we raise seeds from the nursery, we sell it to the buyer, we follow up to the market, we market it for the farmers. This farm was established in the year 2004. It's a family land, around 150 acres. But this portion, I just started myself after rediscovering myself.
I'm a pardon myself. I'm going to be eating as we continue. So I excuse myself.
I was an alcoholic. I went to a rehab center. I tried my best to get up on my toes. I went once, and then I failed again. After college, I was still an alcoholic. I was down, I was almost gone. I went back, I was taken back to the rehab by my family.
So meaning he started alcoholism when he was in high school. Because if he went to rehab, that was the first time, that means he was in high school. Then in college, that's crazy.
After the rehab, 3 months in the rehab center, I came up with an idea of trying to be busy, trying to make.
And he really looks like a really reformed alcoholic. For real. The eyes tell, shit.
Something of my own. I started with a small chicken farm in my home, in my place at home.
Wow. He looks like my dad somehow, the eyes. Not the way they are, but he has that.
I bought 30 chicken and an incubator. After a year, I ventured into onion farming.
From battling alcoholism to building a thriving agribusiness empire, Evans is proving that agriculture can indeed transform lives. But what makes his story even more remarkable is the powerful connection between...
I know, Keith. I know that is not money that can sustain you in America. But in Kenya, there's a lot of money. And especially if you have, paying rent, paying water. Because understanding these places, like just where maybe Demore is right now, there's access of water. There's always some rivers somewhere. You can dig a borehole too, or a well, wherever you desire, a borehole, a well, however you call it. But yeah, there's so much. I feel like in Africa we have so much access, and especially if again, because you say this is an ancestral land. Understand that this is an ancestral. It's not so many of us, and in today's generation, who can have access of ancestral lands. I do believe actually someone like my uncle, the firstborn of my mom's side, actually what they did, because it was, in Africa, it's crazy. It's crazy when a father dies and he had a second wife, right? You, the first kids of the first wife are, you lose everything that your father owned, including the land. So traditionally, of course, it's known. There's a movie I've been watching of South Africa. I know it's crazy. There's a series I've been following of South Africa again, which is trying to educate about that. This bullshit of, oh, as a daughter, you cannot inherit your father's inheritance. It has to be the firstborn who is the if the firstborn is a son, is the one who inherits. But if you are the firstborn as the daughter, you don't inherit. So the lastborn, if there's a lastborn a son, he's the one who inherits. If there's no firstborn a son, the lastborn a son is the one who inherits. But the daughters are not allowed to inherit anything from their father's land. The same thing has gone, of course, affected so many women, even in marriage, where now after the husband dies, the land which you used to own, farm, cultivate on, no longer belongs to you because your husband is dead. So the brothers to the husband, including the sisters, they come fight you till you actually move out. A good example is Shmani. She talks about her story about when her dad passed on, and how her mom literally had to had that back and forth with family members to the point she had to let go of that land. So going back to my mom's side, the same thing. When my grandpa died, he had married a second wife. My grandmother, the mom to my mom, had already passed on. So the second wife literally kicked them out, and I've gone. The good thing is, like, we can still access the place. We can ask the grandchildren. We could still go there. We could visit, The land is so huge. That's when I saw literally the biggest capacity of coffee farming. My grandfather has a huge acre of coffee farm. And I kind of, now thinking about it, yes, this does make sense. Now thinking about it, I think that's where my uncle goes to get coffee and he sells it to people. Wow, yeah, because I asked him. There's a time I asked him when I found coffee in his house, I'm like, how do you get this process, and all that, like, to some fine, coffee. And he was explaining so much to me. I'm like, so you've been making money. But because he doesn't farm coffee in his farm, I don't know, it didn't hit me. I'm like, where does he get the coffee? Actually, it's from my grandfather's. Yeah, so long story short, ancestral lands, they're not easy to access. So what my uncle did, because the wife was sick for a very long time, he didn't want to have that back and forth. So he went and bought a land just within the same area, but in a different place. I'd say probably 30 minutes from my grandfather. He's their father, right? And that's why they settled. And why he bought a land, he got like actually a good piece of land, because that's where he does his farming. I told you guys the last time I went there, I saw him. I found he was active farming millet, yeah, which was something very rare today to find farming. Maize is very active in farming maize, and so many things. He has mango trees, avocado trees, that every time my cousins, when they come here, when my brother is coming from school, when the schools are closed, he's always gonna come with shopping of so many things coming from the village. So yeah, it's beautiful.
Between regenerative agriculture and the productive use of renewable energy.
These are chicken droppings. See now this one.
Hello Jibajaba, karibu sana. Today we're talking about, this is a former alcoholic who went to rehab a couple of times, and of course, after the help of rehab, he came back to an ancestral land and started farming. He is a large producer of chili farming and also seedlings. So here is showing you, number one, how he uses manure to, do this.
It's decomposing. Why I prefer this, I just improvise this stuff. Right. I used to dry in the sun. You're advised to dry in the shade, but because we need money to run, you want it to dry faster. You go the crude way, you dry it in the sun faster, you sell it. But you're supposed to dry it under the shade.
Okay, this is the quality way
of the
Yeah, this is the best way because I need my product to be the best in the market. Once they notice it's bad, they reject it.
By harnessing water from a shallow well
And red chilies, according to me, are the best.
and pumping it to an elevated storage tank using sustainable energy solutions, Evans has created a reliable irrigation system that supports year-round production while minimizing environmental impact.
Peter, I'm 7 feet, 96 feet. My pump is powered by solar. I prefer
See, everything is there. Everything.
the solar pumps because it's cheap.
Cheap.
I don't buy fuel. The maintenance is low.
Exactly.
Since I bought it, I've never seen a fundi. Unlike
A fundi he has never had to bring someone to refix anything. That is a fundi.
diesel pumps. Diesel pumps, you've got to change the oil. You've got every now and then the fundi is around. You buy diesel every now and then. Switching it on, the diesel engine you use a lot of energy. But this one is just a switch. I also use the solar in my lighting systems, in my security system. The camera is solar powered. I come and pull it up.
The camera is solar powered. Kids learn something from this too.
It's full here. Then I shake
it. This bag is full of
chicken poop. Yeah.
Combined with biofertilizers.
Maybe you want to put a camera there around the greenhouse. It has to be solar powered.
Made from chicken waste and ashes, this approach reduces dependence on expensive synthetic inputs, improves soil health, conserves water, and boosts farm productivity.
What do you call this kind of fertilizer?
It's just organic fertilizer.
Just explain a little bit for us to understand how you make this particular fertilizer.
This is fertilizer. I collect chicken poo. I mix with some ashes, wood ash.
Yes.
Yeah, I put it in a sack and I tie it. Then I drop it inside this jerrycan and I add water.
I can smell.
So every time, every at least 2 days, I come and pull it up. It's full here. Then I shake
this bag is full of
chicken poop? Yeah, it's full of chicken poop and droppings and ash. So you see the color of this one?
Yes.
I've used this one several times.
Okay.
I drain it through the system, then I add more water. But this one is real fresh.
Any ash or?
Wood ash.
Wood ash.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one is real fresh. You see the color now? You see the dudus?
Yes.
Yeah. I've noticed this one. So you see, it's still strong, still conk.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for how long will it stay here before you?
It's supposed to be 21 days. Yeah.
They're coughing chili. I can imagine the scent of chili makes you cough a lot. Oh my God.
The chili, I wanted something unique. After facing challenges in marketing my onions, I approached Mess Foods.
Exactly. So every story we pick from most of these farmers, there's a trial and error. There's a trial and error. Every story we've shared about most of these farmers, if you pick, the common thing is that they started with something, it failed, and they had to switch it up. So it's because there are things maybe you get into. We're just having that same conversation with Kid before I started my show, with wireless and now everything that we have and all that. Every farming or every farmer, there's always, you get in thinking you have all the information, but there's something maybe you're missing. There's something you're missing. And of course, along the way, the trial and error, you're going to meet people who have more knowledge about this. And now you pick what you can do and of course understand the market, because you can hear he's going back to the same thing we were talking about last week, the market, which is a big problem in Africa. Just a good example, like we saw yesterday with the Mumia sugar, how the sugarcane farmers, how they were destroyed by the government. These people had signed deals, tenders, literally, but they never received most of the amount of money they were promised, to the point of being sold shareholds and all that, and then it being taken away from you. It's just crazy. So trial and error again.
Because I had to look for the market first. I couldn't
and also the market too, yeah.
do anything without my research showing me the exact market. Where will I sell the produce?
Yeah, so I think what I've understood with most of these videos is before you start, understand the market. Then go back to now the product or whatever you're trying to sell. Get more information about it, how to grow it or maintain it, to which level is it best harvested, to which level is it not best harvested. I feel like that avocado lady was giving so much information at once regarding farming in every angle.
I wanted something which I'm safe. It can't be stolen in the farm.
Yep.
Unlike maize, unlike potatoes,
Yeah.
they are prone to being stolen. Even, but as for chili, nobody steals it. It's safe. Sasa tumemaliza kuvuna, ina shed leaves. This 1 month, then the new ones. So check, the new ones are coming up. These new ones.
It's funny. I didn't even know I was gonna share this kind of story today. Of course, I came in early to do research, but in the morning, I woke up because there's something I'm trying to plant, and it's been doing actually really, really good. It's been like, I think, a month, and I can see now it flowering. It's really looking nice. So because most of the times I'm always running out of chili and in unexpected ways. I was like, what if I actually, it's crazy because the same thing ran in my mind. I'm like, I need to plant some chilies. If this is working, I need to try some chilies and tomatoes because I've tried onions, but I stopped, but I need to go back to that. And I have a big balcony which I can do all this actually. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to buy chilies and then just remove the seeds and go take the soil outside and take my cans and put them and start watering them. What you got to do is just check on your plants every day. You know, you can't, even when you're doing it at home, you can't just, excuse me, you can't just, put a plant and expect nature to just make it grow. No, you have to go check on your plants because I have to do watering every single time. Like after every 2 days, I'm sure like that can where I have my plant, it dries up within two days, specifically 2 days. So I go water it again.
Once inaanza kutokezea. When you're starting chili farming, the first thing you have to look for.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do the red ones.
You have to have a need.
I need them. I see exactly. I need them. I need them chilies. So yeah, I'm gonna do it.
What drives you there? As in horticulture, passion leads. You have to be passionate about farming.
Habari yangu nzuri, General Mosquito, karibu sana. Waambaje leo? Siku yako yaendelea vizuri. Natumai wiki yako iko salama. Na karibu sana kwenye show yetu leo ya ukulima. Leo tuongelelea, sisi sio tutalk Kiswahili. Leo tuongelelea ukulima. Ukulima is farming, okay? In case you want to, ukulima, say ukulima is farming. Today we're talking about chili farming. For those who are joining again, there is a guy who's sharing his story from how he reformed from being a serious drunk, a serious drunk, to being a big producer of chili. And I love the fact that we're talking about this because I'm saying 2-3 weeks ago, I did mention about how chili has a large market. And we saw countries like Kenya actually, with the small farmers of chili. I don't know which scale of chili farmers we have, but I do believe it's quite big, but not that known. Because you'll never lack chilies somehow. You'll never lack chilies in the market ever. You will never. It doesn't have a season. That's the good thing also with chili. It doesn't have a season. I don't think chili does really have a season. You can plant it, grow it anytime. It is, I think, favorable for all weathers. This is my ancestral knowledge.
You shouldn't be money-oriented in the first place. But you say now, I need money to run my day-to-day life. I need to pay my bills. I need my family to stay happily. You look for something unique. Okay, I'm going to do chili. What is needed? I need expert advice. Check over the internet. We check in Uganda, they're growing chili, they're making money. Tanzanians are making money. Kenya, there's no chili.
There is. Okay, let's.
Production is very low.
Okay.
Mostly in Kajiado.
Oh, okay. So Kajiado, where we are here. Yeah, there's no active farming. No lie, shit. Yeah, there is no active farming at all. I don't think the Kajiado. Funny thing, that's why I know there is no active farming. My landlord when I'm in my balcony, my front balcony, I can always see my landlord's home, like clearly I can see everything, right? And today I was just chilling after doing my chores. I went to the balcony, just sun gazing there. And I saw his workers, they were just there cutting trees, I don't know, trying to just do the weeding. And I'm like, what are you guys weeding out here? I don't see nothing you guys are farming, you know? The only thing I see there is just the pumpkin leaves. Maybe I just need to zoom my eyes well, because you know I have a poor eyesight too. Maybe I'm the one who is wrong. Because he has like a bunch of workers. That's another thing. Like that guy, Shay. And shout out to him. I just love my landlord. Before I move there, I have to find the same similar landlord or like caretaker we have here. It's so rare to find people who are so understanding and just so kind. It's crazy.
Those sides where it's hot.
What's in there, but when landlords are not kind, it's rare to find kind landlords.
It's hot. We are blessed it's hot, and at least it's better. You can plant anything apart from tea. Almost anything grows in Uasin Gishu.
Uasin Gishu, because it's a Uasin Gishu, there's a lot of, I think, sun.
What do you consider when choosing the seed, and what seed is the best, and what are you planting?
In my own travel journey, I met an agronomist from Maize Foods. He went me through the different kinds of seeds. There is Red Thunder, there is Bird's Eye, there is this Long Cayenne, this Thai.
I like the long one. Oh, yeah. So, okay. So we have, this is the one we have commonly in Kenya. And then the second one, if you guys can see my arrow, the second one is the most common farmed in Tanzania. Wow. So there is a difference in chili. Tanzanians eat this one. You won't find this in Tanzania. You'll find this one, the second one. It's like, you know, small, short, thick. It's just a small round. And it's so, oh my God, it's so, it stings. Like, it really stings. I fear the Tanzania chili. I'm not going to lie. I fear the Tanzania chili. And these people will always serve you everything with chili. Everything with chili and lemon. Chili and lemon. But it's really, really good. If you put like in guacamole, you know, dirty rice, if you like, you know, your food with spices, it's the best.
What different types?
That one. Yeah.
There are those that are used in the tear gas manufacture. There are those used in the pharmaceutical industry, the pesticide industry. Then there are these which are used as herbs.
So tear gas has chili. No wonder it's always itchy. Like, you know, your eyes are gonna be, I didn't even know that. Your eyes always gonna be like, you know, that's why when they throw tear gas, you feel like your eyes are so itchy. Oh, wow.
The Long Cayenne mostly is categorized as a herb. Yeah. Hotness yake inapimwa kwa Scoville scale. Sasa ina range na 30,000 to 60,000. But this one is around 1 million.
Wow.
So I went for the herb because at least they are big. See, you have one piece which is big like this. Yes. But you go for the Red Thunder, it's just a small one.
Yeah.
By the time unajasha gunia, it's quite cumbersome.
Yeah.
Though it fetches better price, but it's a lot demanding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then there is the Thai Red. That one is liked in the market, but you can't get the seeds easily. The seeds are expensive. I once sought to look for the Thai Red, and I was told to get them from Tanzania through the Panya routes. It's a bit of a process.
Panya routes. So when he's talking about Panya routes is where he had to bribe people here and there to not only just borrow the information on how to start this farming. It's crazy. Again, in Africa, everything you do, you need connections. Understand? Please. Anything, you don't come here acting you know everything. You don't. Get hold of someone's hands who can take you from office to office to office. In Africa, you need connections. Otherwise, you'll be cooked. Cook yourself, be cooked. Again, be cooked until you realize, oh, I'm being cooked. and it will be too late when you realize him.
So you settled on this
I settled on this because it's favorable for our conditions. It's easier to maintain. The loss, minimal loss. As you can see, if it was Thai, the small ones, the bird's eye, they are so small, it will be full here. So the losses are a lot. You can plant it in January. In 3 months' time, you start harvesting the first crop you start, but it's a bit low. The quantity is low. The next 5 months, the 6th month now, you'll harvest proper harvesting, because you'll harvest for around 2 months. You leave it to flower again. After flowering, it starts to fruit and you start picking. It's supposed to go 45 centimeters, then here in 30 centimeters. So it lacks water, it dries.
Exactly.
That's why I went for irrigation. Right now, I can now harvest the whole year. The water drips just along the line. You see, it's only this place that will be wet. Yeah.
But right now it has rained, so
there's no need now. But once it's dry, you'll see this side, it's only along the plant.
Okay.
Unlike overhead, sprinkler irrigation, a lot of water is wasted. You'll water here where you don't need.
Yeah, me too. I kind of would not advise the sprinkling, but it depends maybe what you're farming. But it's a lot of water wastage. I feel like, it's always a lot of water. I'd prefer this one too.
After watering here,
The drips.
what do you expect after watering where there's nothing?
Exactly.
Weeds will grow. Yeah, weeds grow, the pests come.
It becomes very hard.
So for 1 acre, under this, you said the variety is called?
Long cayenne.
Long cayenne.
Yeah.
1 acre, how much can it fetch an average farmer who is taking care of the chili, but still in the learning process?
The learning process, just like me, I'm not in the expert zone. Yes. I'm in the learning market. I just experience my failures. Maybe I don't have the right kind of training. I get around 80,000 shillings per acre per season. And I pluck around 3 times in a year. In 1 year, an acre gives me 240,000 shillings. And it's supposed to stay in the farm for 3 years. So you do your math, 240, multiply by 3, you get what you get in the entire crop season.
Okay, tell us how you met the market.
I just Googled over the internet. I found the maize foods over the internet. I was interested and I visited them personally at their shops. I talked to them. We came to an agreement. We signed an agreement. It's now contract farming. Yeah, so I supplied them at the agreed price. We started way back in 2025, last year.
Oh, so you've been farming for the past 1 year?
The chili I've done for the past 1 year.
We are on chili right now. So how long do you intend to continue with chili? Are you intending to expand your acreage?
Currently, I'm trying to expand, but I want to encourage more farmers. I'm trying to introduce it to farmers because it's a new crop. It's cheap to maintain. It's cheap to bring up. It doesn't need a lot of labor. The labor you just need is when harvesting. Maybe when weeding, you weed just once the whole season. But if you do...
For 3 years?
Yeah. 1 season is a year.
Yes.
1 year, you can weed twice, which is a practice that you do in other crops. There's nothing addition that you... Apart from... compared to maize, you'll weed...
Yeah. Maize has a lot of weeding. Yeah. Maize has a lot of weeding. I don't know why.
Of many procedures that you do.
Yeah.
You plow every year.
Yeah.
But you plowed once, and for the next 3 years, I don't know anything to do with plowing. I'm just weeding. I pick up the seed. Yes, Kim. Oh. Umepata?
So what is your message to the young people who really think that employment is still a problem in this country?
I pity somebody who says I'm going to look for a job.
Well, it depends. And I always say the same thing personally, and it's a privilege, someone who's coming from generational wealth, to talk this way, being honest. Someone who's coming from an ancestral, wealth like that, you can say You'd be dumb if you're one among the people trying to save up 500,000 Kenyan shillings to go work in Dubai, Qatar, or all that. You'd be really stupid. You'd be really, really dumb. Like, why would you do that? Why would you really do that? It's super crazy. But yeah, because farming has a lot of money. Farming has a lot of money. Farming has a lot of money. It's so underrated that it's super, super crazy. It is super crazy. But shout out to that guy that is chili farming. And of course, he's shown you how he prepares his manure. He's using chicken dung. So of course, if he's chicken poop, chicken dung, I call it chicken poop. And of course, with that means he has also he has some chicken set up somewhere too, because for you to be having that amount of poop for you to be using as a fertilizer in that large scale farm producing those chilies, you definitely have a lot of chickens too. So it's not, I don't believe it's just actively farming just the chilies or doing the seedings only. He's also active in other stuff. But from next week, what we're gonna pick it up from, we're gonna talk about this other guy now, looking at how for him he's using all this chicken dung, the cow dung, to create or produce his own gas. And of course, the question goes back to why we're not being taught this. And the guys made it, actually, I said it very simply and clear, because it's cheap and sustainable. It's very cheap. It's very cheap. Because he says since he set up majority of the things, he has never had to call anyone to come repair anything that might have broken or damaged. It is self-sustaining and cheap. Super cheap. You're depending on solar, it is, you have water there, you have the land, you have the idea. What else do you really need? So yeah, if you have such opportunities, for you to claim you don't have a job, it is you don't know how to create a job. Because farming, you just need to have the right information, do some research, know what do you want to do, what are you interested in. As we were talking about it on Tuesday, and Shmai said the same thing. She said for her, she's interested in farming, because we were talking about businesses that are profitable, but again, very underrated, which is a conversation we've had here before. But this time it was quite twisted from a certain angle, right? So yeah, for her, she said farming, and she said for her, if she'd like to farm, should farm. What was it she said? She said, I think, she said number one, she said the strawberries, but there's something else she had mentioned. Yeah, but for me, I said skuma wiki, the collard greens, because personally understanding also our market, collard greens sell every day. Every goddamn day. Personally, I eat kales every day. I eat kales every single day. I don't know. Collard greens are kales, right? Or collard greens are a bunch of mixed vegetables. I don't know. It should be kales, right? Skuma wiki. I think it is skuma wiki. Of course, it is skuma wiki. But yes, that has been my conversation for today. Yeah, because skuma wiki has a lot of money. Skuma wiki has a lot of money. Skuma wiki, spinach, cabbage is really quite, it has a lot of work. Cabbage has a lot of work, just the same way as maize. But yeah, spinach, I'm talking about things that I've also seen being done and how easy they are to do it. And of course, there's never nothing easy when it comes to farming. There's pros and cons, like we said. There's trials and error. It's not going to be all the way straight. But once you have the information, you have the right people, you have the market, you got it. So another day to learn about farming, Farm with Joby. And like I said, I think I'm gonna change this show of Thursdays to call it Farm with Joby or Business with Joby, depending on what you're talking about. But yes, that has been my time this amazing morning. Let me check a few of you guys' comments. I see Keith earlier was saying he probably was out there selling his butt cheeks when he was drunk all the time. Are you crazy? That's so crazy. And says he's very lucky to have a land from his family, because land is expensive. It is really expensive. It is expensive. It's crazy how land has become super expensive. I remember when my mom wanted to buy land, then she was diagnosed with cancer. I couldn't believe the amount she was telling me she was going to buy land with. I was like, what, for real? You got a land for this amount? You know, it's crazy. I'd say my mom was like Keith. She was not secretive with stuff. She wasn't, kinda, wasn't secretive like that with stuff. She'd tell you everything she's planning. You know, that's one thing I also liked about her because she kept us on tabs, you know, with everything that is happening in our life, which is our lives. So yeah, she was about to get a land for 100. I remember it was 470,000 Kenyan shillings. Yeah, so you guys can do the math and see how much it is in dollars. And that was connections again, not just you go, oh, you know, there's a nah connections. That was my uncle helping her out to get a land, but she had to use all the money for treatment. But yes, also see Kid says I'm putting cameras over the whole land because I'll be building at least 4 greenhouses out there, and I'll be putting electricity out there first without solar power. All right, that really does make sense. And I see it says I've built toilets out there on the land. The workers are shitting in the bushes, according to Dimori. Oh, you have to build toilets. Dang. There's no toilet around there nearby. That is so crazy. Disgusting. You don't go doing that. Then I also see you saying make sure they don't steal my potatoes. Yeah, of course. And again, Jabba says papers have a grow period 45 to 60 days. Oh, okay. Yeah. So 2 months, 3 months. Like you can hear from him saying 3 months. You know, if you plant January, by March you'll be harvesting, but not on a large scale. So if you give it 6 months, you have a large scale of now, you know, harvest. And then says Joby going to be peeping with binoculars. No, it's just that I can see everything there. Like it's just like, but yeah, but I need to get for me to see clearly on the land because I'm so sure I have a bad eyesight. Like sometimes I have to squint my eyes for me to see what these people are doing. You know, it's crazy. But yeah, shout out to my landlord. He's blessed, man. That guy is balling. When I grow up, I want to be like him and Keith, man. He's balling. That guy's like so many apartments. He does events, you know. He does events, not really does events, but hires the tents, chairs for events. So in case a church needs tents, chairs, that's a lot of money. Do you know how much that is? It's a big business there. Weddings, imagine. And then also see Kids says without connections, you'll be out there butt naked. I'm telling you, I keep telling you guys, connections. You do need someone who knows someone who knows someone. Because either way, you'll be robbed. Yeah, and you'll be walking butt naked for real, for real. You'll go back to America, wherever you came from, butt naked. And Jiba says, chicken poop is hot. I burn up plants the first time I used it. Yeah, it is. That's why okay, if you look at these, you have to mix it with maybe the cow dung. Because for me, me growing up, I used to see the cow dung, the chicken, all of them being mixed together. All of them. So since it's hot, I think that's why he has to dip it in water for 21 days because it's that hot. Yeah, I guess that's why he dips it in water for 21 days, maybe to balance it out. And then says she said tomatoes and peppers. Oh yeah, you are listening? Tomatoes and peppers. No, she didn't say that. No, she didn't say tomatoes and peppers. And then I also see Jabba says, yeah, build a latrine so they don't shit in the pool. That is so disgusting. Ew. But anyway, have yourselves a beautiful day and see you in a few. We're coming back with the reaction show. So join us as you see what we're going to be reacting to. And of course, later tonight, remember, No Africa Today show. It's Me Culture Show. So join me as we play some music. Yeah, my way. My way. You roll to my way. I hope Keith is my John Mosquito, my way. All right. Follow the BPM. Listen to the BPM. If I'll be playing on my piano, you better request on my piano. If I'm playing R&B, you better request R&B. If I'm playing reggae, you better request reggae. No mixture of BPMs there. We're not doing that. But yes, I guess it was a beautiful day, and that has been my time this amazing morning. See you guys later in a few with the reaction time. Peace, and I'm out.